Hello and welcome to another episode of my Motogp 19 career mode, and today we are here for round 5 at Austria of the Red Bull Rookies Cup. And if you haven't seen the last episode, I do urge you to go check that out first. Should have been uploaded yesterday from Sachsenring. A bit more of a difficult weekend compared to Assen, so we'll look at the championship standings. Obviously in the end we only managed 4th, unfortunately. The front three had a little bit too much pace and I made a few mistakes, which, I'll gladly, take a mission for. I just carried too much speed into the last corner, onto the grass, sorted. But we had a pretty safe 4th position, so it didn't matter. I was just trying to catch them anyway, so I thought I may as well just push as hard as I can. But that has put us 23 points down on David Salvador with 3 races to go. It's looking less and less likely like we're going to beat him here. We're going to need some bad luck from him. Definitely need some bad luck from him. Carlos Tate's 13 points behind him, so it looks like Salvador's in a pretty comfortable position here, but all it needs is one bad race or something like that. And that could happen here today at Austria. But without further ado, head into the Austrian Grand Prix qualifying. Right, so it's actually raining here today. So we're heading to the garage now, but it is raining here in Austria, which is this will be my first wet session on the game. I've not played the game in the wet yet, so I have no idea what to expect. So I'm going to head out, maybe do a few different laps because I just want to see. I really enjoyed the wet actually on Motogp 18, and that makes me sound a bit weird probably, but I actually quite like riding in the rain on that game, so hopefully the same sort of thing applies here. So head out on a flying start. Probably should have done an out lap, but there we go. We'll approach the corners at full racing speed. Hopefully the rain sound effects seem quite good. Probably be a little bit cautious, although it doesn't seem like a massive lack of grip if I'm totally honest, so we'll see. Obviously, hopefully we can be a bit more on level terms with AI this time, because there's definitely been some flip-flopping going on. Obviously the first 2 races I think were booked because they had ridiculous pace. Assen, sort of the other way around, I had ridiculous pace compared to them. And then in Sachsenring we had pretty similar pace, but they were a little quicker, which is going to happen sometimes, and you can't be angry about it. Like, that's fair. I actually accept that as being fair. They just had the pace. Hopefully a bit more even at this track, and it's not like flip-flopped one way, anything like that. Don't know what they're like in the wet either. Obviously this is my first time in the wet, so like I said, I'll probably do a couple laps. I'll probably only show this first one. Guess I'm switching my cook then. Seems like they are going quite slow, though he is on his out lap, so I don't know. I definitely want to get to grips with the rain. Doesn't seem much different, to be honest, to the dry. A bit like in Motogp 18, like the only difference really was you just brought the brake zones forward a little bit, and then other than that it was pretty much the same as riding in the rain. You just trail brake less, which I've been doing anyway in this game, so... Oh, we've held Cook up there, sorry Cook. I've gone a bit cautious into that left-hander because I have some bad memories from that. First lap, we've ran a bit hot into turn 6 and into the gravel we've gone. But again on lap 2, same corner, once again, exact same thing. I wonder if I inserted the clip there. I might. In fact, now I've said it, I will insert the clip. Have some bad memories from that left-hander. Out of the last corner we go. Up towards the line. What's it going to be? It's 46.8. Again, I don't know if that's any good. I think I remember last time actually, my first wet weather session on Motogp 18 was at Austria too, I think it's in the Moto2 class though, rather than the Red Bull Rookies. I'll go for a couple more laps and then I'll just go to the end of those and see what kind of times I've set. Up towards the line, what's this one going to be? Still 4th. So I did go out for a few more laps just to get more acclimatised to the rain, and we did improve our lap time. We're only 6/10 off of pole now. Obviously we were quite a bit off before, but we are still in 4th place. We haven't actually improved in position, but we have improved in time. Seems like Salvador and Tate are in their own league there. Cooney's a little bit further behind, and then I'm a bit further behind, and then it's the rest of the field quite far off of everybody. But I think I'll skip to the end of the session now. Hopefully we stay in 4th. And I just really want to get off the line well this time, really want to go with the leaders, but I just feel like it's not going to happen.
That brings an end to the qualifying session for deciding pole. The results that you're looking at now don't just show us the grid positions, they also give us an idea of what the riders will be capable of in tomorrow's race.
So yeah, 4th place. Again, not too happy with that, but nothing else I could do. It seems like the AI are pretty good at this track and pretty good in the rain as well. Hopefully it's dry, because I just want to be able to push it a little bit more. But yeah, I wasn't too bothered by the rain. It didn't change a massive amount. It just felt like I had a little bit less. I couldn't put the power on obviously as much, and felt like the front probably just wasn't quite as good. It was kind of, the bike was kind of running a bit wide in places. But unfortunately, it's Salvador that's on pole once again. He seemed pretty much unstoppable here, and Cooney as well. I'd like to at least beat him in the championship if I can't win. He's in front of us. I just really want to get off to a good start and try and go with the leaders, but I just feel like it's not going to happen.
We're now moving to the starting grid where engineers and technicians are ironing out the last few details before the race starts.
So it is actually a dry race, so that's going to change the dynamic a little bit. It could bring it back in our favour, it could swing the other way even more, I don't know. Obviously I haven't got any experience of this track on the dry now, so it's going to be, the first lap is going to be sort of getting used to that. But hopefully the race will go well, so without further ado, let's just head into the race. I really want to try and go with these front guys.
The riders have just completed the sighting lap and are lined up on the Red Bull Ring straight. Very little time is left until the start of another Austrian Grand Prix.
I do notice that all the riders have got clear visors on, so I don't know if that's a bug because it was wet earlier or if it's just because it's cloudy now, I don't know. Anyway, lights on, away we go. We're actually on the rev limit, hang on. We've got a decent start somewhat. I mean, we've lost a place, but it's better than previous. We're still in 5th, going down towards turn 1. Seems to have actually had a good start for once. What is this? It's beyond science. We're on the outside of Tate now. We're getting some slipstream off Salvador. Are we going to get attacked for the lead here? It's exactly what I wanted to do, exactly what I needed to do. And we need to hold up the train. We need Salvador to lose some positions. We can't let him finish second. Oh, we've hit him on the back a little bit in the braking zone. I've kind of misjudged where he was going to brake. On the throttle, they're out of. There, but now into the lead of the race we go. Right, I really want to slow Salvador down. So we might have to run some slower pace in the mid-corner to, make him lose some time. We're going to play this a little bit tactically here. It's the first time since Assen that we've really been in the lead of the race. And it's the first time I've actually had a decent start, and I really want to relish it. No buggy starts anymore. 4 tenths in front of Salvador. I seem to have figured it out. I noticed a small discrepancy with the starting process, well, what happens when you go into the start. And so I actually got a normal start once. I was doing some practice between the episodes. Oh, and we've been overtaken here by Salvador himself. We can't be having that, we've got to go back at him. Not quite been able to do it there, but hopefully we can attack in the first sector, because that's where we should be strong. Okay, let's swim off of him. He did a 44.5, I did a 44.6. This is where I was going fastest in qualifying through Sector 1. The slipstream of Salvador. He had the pace of everyone in qualifying. We're on a similar pace. Oh, we've had contact with him. What's going on here? He's blocking his way. And okay, that was really, really strange there. Sort of moved over on our line a little bit. We had a bit of contact. Now pushing him out onto the curb. So apologies for that. Yeah, he seemed to go really slow, and I sort of pushed him down the straight a little bit, and I'm not sure how neither of us fell off there. Luckily we didn't. I've talked more about the start, but we're having a fantastic battle here with Salvador. Ran a bit wide, get on the throttle, can't let him get up the inside here. I think he might have lost a bit of ground actually out of that hairpin. Yes, he's dropped down to 3rd place, so after turfing him out a little bit there, bit of contact with him, he's dropped behind Cooney, which is exactly what I needed. I needed people to take points off him in this race. So I can talk about the starts. I've noticed that sometimes the game puts you in first automatically, in first gear, and when you let the clutch out then, you get no drive. If you shift down to neutral and shift back up to first, you get a normal start. So that's how you fix the glitch, for those that are wondering, because I'm not sure if anyone else has experienced it, but if you are, there you go, that's how you fix it. You have to shift down to neutral, shift up to first, you have to hold the clutch in the whole time. And then you get a decent launch off the line. So 41.5 there for me. We've got a bit of a lead over Salvador. and Tate and Cooney as well. So that's everyone that's in that group then, is it? Cooney is past Tate now. Lap 3 or 4, we've still got a bit of a lead. I was really hoping we could come back in this race, and it seems like we have. And now with this new tool, obviously being able to get a decent start, it's more fair. I just wish I could go back and get a decent start to some of the other races. Looks like we're going a bit wide into turn 3 though. Just about. Well, we didn't quite keep on the track, but just using a bit of the green because we ran so hot. Just kind of want to have a little look behind. Salvador still hanging in there. Wouldn't rule out another attack from him. Obviously he got back in front of us earlier, and we re-overtook him again after the bit of contact with him. Oh, he's been overtook by Tate though. Tate is in front of Salvador, and that's exactly what I wanted. Did not want Salvador to be second to me. I really would like him to be off the podium, so I can sort of reverse the Sachsenring result. And then the lead's down to 11 points between the two of us then. I'm sure Tate also wants him to lose. Yes, and Cooney's overtaken Salvador. So clearly they all know that Salvador is the man that needs to be beaten up here. And Tate is currently sitting in second in the championship. Well, he's probably really feeling the win here. And Salvador fourth, and to his win, that'd help him out. But Cooney's now taking second place. So they're battling amongst each other. Bit of track extension there, not too great, but yeah. It's not really that fair, but oh well. Just a small error on my part there. Got the throttle a little bit too early. And just ran out wide through turn 1. Oh, hang on. We got the glitch with the bumpy curb. So that's kind of a bit of karma there. That's really put that out on the back of me there. This is the sector where I can pull a little gap, so they can't just dive bomb me, and I think I've gone in hot again into turn 3. It's not good. Yeah, it's very hot. In fact, back onto the circuit. But we're definitely going to be under threat now from the riders behind. I'm not sure who it is. I think it is Cooney still in second, but I don't know. I think we did pull away a little bit out of that hairpin, so obviously because we got a bit more drive probably from coming a bit wider. Into turn 4 we ran a bit wide. Tate is now taking second place ahead of Cooney, so they are scrapping amongst each other, but Salvador's got past Cooney, and that's not what I wanted. Salvador's up to second now, so it's pretty much the worst nightmare happening here. So Salvador did drop down to fourth briefly there, but he's back up into second place in the championship, in the race, sorry now, which is going to help him in the championship for sure through turn 7. Will he still have a go at me? I think I've got this covered here. Please, someone attack him. Really want him to lose some more positions so that we can gain some more points on him in the championship. But into the penultimate turn, the rear really stepped out there on the brakes, didn't it? But through the penultimate, down towards the final turn. In Austria, it's going to be me who is victorious. Once again in this career mode for the second time this season, we're going to win a race. Not by that far though. Salvador's pretty close behind us.
While Parc Fermé starts to fill up with the stars of the race, we're going to take a look at the final race ranking.
So then we actually managed to beat Salvador, but unfortunately it was him that came home in second place, so only 5 points gained. A bit unfortunate there because he had quite a big lead over us, so I really need him to do bad in these last 2 races. But Carlos Tate comes home in 3rd place, Yuki Cooney in 4th, and Felon in 5th, so he ends up in front of Urate. Those two having their little battle over 4th and 5th in the championship. Oh, sorry, 5th and 6th in the championship even. So let's have a look at the championship. The lead is down to 18 points now between me and Salvador, but he's put Carlos Tate 17 behind, so we're only 1 point now behind Carlos in the championship. So we are almost Salvador's nearest rival now. Looks like he's got it pretty much wrapped up with 2 to go. I mean, even 2 third places would only put us tied. We really need him to drop a serious amount of points in one of these races. Fortunately, I don't think it's going to happen. But we might be able to topple Carlos Tate for 2nd place in the championship in this Red Bull Rookies Cup. Yuki Cooney still sat there in 4th place. He's dropped a little bit further behind now, though. He's probably, well, he's pretty much out of contention of winning this championship now. Lorenzo Felon moves up ahead of Marcos Urate once again. Jason Dupasquire still in 7th place. Haruki Noguchi in 8th. Barry Boltus in 9th. And Alex Eskrig in 10th still. So yeah, let's head into Parc Fermé, obviously, because we did win that race, so we do get to go to Parc Fermé, and then the career hub and see if anything has changed. Probably not, because it doesn't seem like much happens in the Red Bull Rookies Cup in the Career Hub, but you never know.
This rider has been able to impose a frantic pace on today's race, and now he and his mechanics are rightly going to party.
So once again we managed to bring home another winner's trophy, and that has helped us out in the championship absolutely massively, and I'm pretty thrilled with that. I'm disappointed obviously that Salvador came second, but there's only so much you can do. I really did try to help the others out, but you know, they couldn't beat him, he was too quick. So we got 202 points, 202 reputation points I think it is, for 4th place in qualifying, 367 for 1st in the race, and a bonus 333 for the options. So we got 899 this weekend, so that puts us up to 4,854 reputation points in total. So once again, nothing seems to have happened. Apparently Dovizioso won at Silverstone, so pretty good for Dovi there. I think I don't really have anything else to add, so I hope you have enjoyed this race. It was a pretty good one, I'm glad we finally got the start sorted, so that means we're on a level playing field with the AI. No bugs on their camp, no bugs on my camp, sorted. So the next 2 races should be pretty fiery, but I hope you have enjoyed this one. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I shall see you in the next video.